Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn. Welcome, everybody. We're here at Living Chassidus. Tonight, we have the great zchus of discussing Tishrei with the Rebbe, and it is so nice to be able to share and be inspired and share in the presence of Mrs. Miryam Swerdlov. Mrs. Swerdlov, really, she is above and beyond introductions, and first and foremost, we're so happy and so lucky to have her.
I'm waiting to be introduced once. I'm never introduced. Everybody always says, Mrs. Swerdlov.
Yes.
I'm still waiting.
So Mrs. Swerdlov is a chassid.
Yes.
And she is a teacher of Jewish history in Beis Rivka for many years. She directs a camp for teens visiting Europe and Israel, which I so wish I could join. And we already know this one, but Mrs. Swerdlov is a world-renowned speaker, and we're so lucky to have her. Thank you so much.
And I am going to pass around this little bag. Want me to put it on?
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, sure, but you figure out where it should go.
Yes.
And you can each take a menchie. And you get whatever you get, and don't change colors with anyone. Yeah, you get what you get, and don't get upset.
We just started.
Okay, please sit down, take a menchie and pass on. Those two young ladies are on this side, give them a menchie.
These are for keeps, or we have to give them back afterwards?
No, they're for keeps.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And there are more people on this side that didn't get yet.
You want to keep passing the...
Please send the bag this way. Okay, I'm so happy to be here. And I will explain, when you finish, give me one so I could explain to the camera. Is the camera on me?
Yes, it's on you. Yes.
Can I have a menchie? Now, I want you to play with this for a minute. Just not a minute. The minute is very long. For a few seconds. Oh, there's no more? This is it? Okay, I have mine. And tell me why I'm giving you this. What?
We all need something to fidget with, and you'd rather.
I don't hear Ziska.
We all need something to fidget with, that you'd rather us fidget with this.
Oh, no. I was going to say, I wonder if somebody will say that. No. You're above that. You're way above that.
We can be stretched out.
Very good. And you said simcha. What else? Look at it again.
Happy.
What?
Happy.
Happy. She said simcha, happy.
Also,
what else?
No matter how much it's stretched out, it comes back to the same.
Very good. What else? So funny. I do this all the time. I was in Eretz Yisrael with my husband one year, and I'm an honorary Hebron person. I love Hebron. I'm in Hebron a lot. Whenever we come, I bring my camp there. We spend Shabbos there. So I was invited by Batsheva of Hebron to speak at a woman's, I'm missing the words, army base. And I took my menchies with me to give out to the soldiers, the women soldiers. I know you just got engaged, and Mr. Oppenheimer will maybe not say that to you, what my husband said to me after so many years. He said, Miryam, you're being so silly. Husbands sometimes say that. You're giving soldiers menchies. Now, what could I have done? What do you think? Yeah, but he wasn't being a menchie at that moment. I could have said, watch me, this is the best Shalom Bayis class you will thing you will ever hear. Keep quiet and smile. I did that. And he said, he thought I didn't hear him. He's a very nice guy, but he really thought I didn't hear him, so he said it again. He said, "You're taking menchies to the soldiers? Watch me." Even more than before. I came, I talked, it was wonderful. I don't know how to go on. I'm very bad at this, but it's in here somewhere. The pictures of the soldiers standing with their menchies. And before I left, they said, "Can you give us some more for the women that aren't here tonight?" Now, one of the things that you didn't say is it's flexible. It's flexible. A mensch has to be flexible, because things don't necessarily, finish my sentence, work out the way and you think. So you have to be flexible. And I'm going to do something really harsh. Watch me. I don't know about you, but there are mornings when I wake up feeling like that, right? But I don't have a choice. I have to go back to being like this. We don't have a choice. We don't have it. I teach in a school for, I don't know how to say it. Anything I say isn't politically correct. It's a seminary for developmentally delayed adults. Is that how you say it? Are you allowed to say that? Anyhow, so my principal wasn't there today, so she called to find out how the class went. Anyhow, how come we go back to this? We need to go back to this no matter what. And how come we could go back to this no matter what? What do you have inside of you?
Neshama,
Which is?
God.
Which is a part of Hashem. So therefore, they came late, they're not getting menchies. I'm out of menchies. Which is?
Oh.
Which means that you have, I have one. You want to give my mention? Which means that you are able, not just able, you are, thank you, you are wired to come back to what you're supposed to. That's how you were born. That's how you were born. You were wired to come back to that. Because we have a chelik elokah mimal mamash. We are a chelik elokah mimal mamash. We are part of Hashem. Hashem is part of us. So it's such a machaya that know that when the problem hits you, okay, next. What does that mean? Okay, next. Help me out here. This is a Farbrengen. This isn't a Miryam Swerdlov solo.
You're resilient?
What?
You're resilient?
Yeah, you got to go on. You can't get stuck. I love that story. I'm known for it all over the world because I told that story and it went viral, whatever that meant. We were coming back from a Neshei Chabad convention. The convention was in Detroit, Michigan. My daughter, who I'm going to say about, is now 61 years old. So this was a very long time ago. She was at that time 3. And we got to Detroit, Michigan. We got to the Detroit airport, and it wasn't what it is today. Today, Detroit is the hub of Northwest. It was a teeny weeny little airport. We're talking, you're 61, that's 58 years ago, yeah? We get to the airport and the airport is closed because there's a snowstorm somewhere in America. Now, I left 2 children with my husband, And he knew what to do with them until that afternoon, because I'm coming home. He didn't know what to do with them after that. In other words, if supper was after I was supposed to come home, he didn't know supper. He knew lunch. Are you with me? What? I don't hear.
Things that pizza didn't exist.
You know what? I don't remember. It could be. I don't remember. No, I don't think so. You know, but it doesn't matter. It's part of the story. And I think he gave them that for lunch. Miryam Popak, who was the head of Neshei Chabad at the time, went to the phone. And she put in dimes and nickels and quarters. This is way before cell phones. And she called. I wonder if any of you know the number. You don't, because you're post Gimel Tammuz kids. 493-9250. That was 770. That was the Rebbe's number. Miryam Popak called, and it wasn't 718.
Wow. I was wondering.
It wasn't 718.
What was it?
493-9250. That's all it was. That didn't, maybe by then there was a pre-number, but I don't think so. There weren't. Why did they add 718? Because they needed more numbers. So they added more prefixes. They didn't need more numbers. She called, Rabbi Klein came to the phone, and she said, Rabbi Klein, we're stuck in Detroit. It's a famous story. Yeah, that's mine. We're stuck in Detroit. And Benjamin Klein said, ein minut, 1 minute. He's going to ask the Rebbe. He comes back and he says, the Rebbe will wissen, was heißt stuck. The Rebbe wants to know, what does stuck mean? Now, we didn't hear the conversation. But as soon as Miryam Popak started to say, stuck means, I understood that she didn't understand. She was translating the word stuck. What did the Rebbe mean by was heißt stuck? What do you mean you're stuck? There's no such thing. And then the Rebbe said the most incredible words. I eat is kein mal nit stuck. A Jew is never stuck. Where you are, finish my sentence,
Where you're meant to be.
is where you're supposed to be. That's where you're supposed to be. None of you are stuck here tonight. Obviously, there's something I'm going to say or something that we're going to bring out that we need to hear. Vala'id is kein mal nit stuck. Okay. So, first of all, who am I? And some of you will know me from one, some, except for running Camp YTT, which was one of the most incredible things I do. My mother's maiden name is Schneerson. I was born there. I did nothing for it. So don't look at me like that, because I didn't do it. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't do it. There it was. I was born there. My grandfather, I need you to be here. My grandfather, Reb Mendel Schneerson, and the Rebbe's grandfather. What was the Rebbe's grandfather's name, ladies?
Baruch Shalom? No, Mayor Shlomo.
The other one. We're talking Schneerson. Meir Shlomo is not a Schneerson. You were right the first one, but you missed something. Baruch Schneer. My grandfather, Reb Menachem Mendel Schneerson, and Baruch Schneerson were brothers. So my grandfather and the Rebbe's grandfather were brothers. Don't, nothing.
It's your mother's first cousin.
You understand? Not just born. Boom. Surprise. But because of it, we were invited to the inner sanctum. because of it. I could sit here and teach you a mimer. Maybe not as well as other people, but I could do a mimer. Rebbe Yale was my brother-in-law, so I could do a mimer. I could teach you sichas, but that's not what you want from me. What you want from me is memories. Because guess what? We're 80. And we're not going to be here forever. Moshiach's coming. But you need to speak to that generation, the generation that saw it, the generation that lived it, the generation that was there. Yeah? So I can open up a sikha and learn a sikha with you for Elul. Nah, that would be a waste of your time. Are you with me? Because that's not what it's about. So I'm going to start. I'm going to tell you the most embarrassing story in the whole wide world. And if you've heard me tell this story, and my kids always say, Mom, why do you tell that stupid story to people? So I tell them, you're married already, keep quiet. It didn't shot to your shidduch, just keep quiet. This is the story. My sister Leah, who's the wife of Rebbe Yale, do you know who Rebbe Yale is? I'm so happy that you know that. That's so nice.
I remember him.
My sister Leah would speak to Rebbe Tzimchana twice a day at least. If you know your history, you know that on Vav Tishrei, Leah is the one that went with her to the hospital in the car with the Rebbe. Yeah. She used to teach Machon Chana, but when it was Machon Chana many years ago. My sister Leah spoke to the Rebbetzin twice a day. And one day she spoke to the Rebbetzin, and the Rebbetzin told her, Rebbetzin Chana we're talking about. And the Rebbetzin told her that the woman that's staying in her house with her, she had a woman with her. Are you with me?
Yeah.
You need to be here. I don't do this. If you're not here, I'm going. Yeah, okay. Yeah, be here. I'm just going to keep going, yeah? Talk to Rebbe Tzimchana, and Rebbe Tzimchana told her that the woman that takes care of her is not going to be there that night. She's going to a wedding. So my sister Leah said to her, you can't stay by yourself. I'm going to send you Merele. Merele, that's me. My name is Miryam, but in the house, I'm Merele. I'm going to send you Merele. I hear her saying she's sending me somewhere. I'm somewhere near 12 years old. And I'm thinking, I'm afraid to go there. Would you be afraid to go there? So was I. And she said to me, Merele, you're going to Rebbe Tzimchana tonight. And then she said the most horrible thing a person can say to another person. Behave yourself. I said, now why would you think that I wouldn't? But see, she knew me better than I knew me. Ladies, if you were asked to go someplace overnight, tell me how you would pack, in what you would pack, and what you would take with you. In what? What would you put it in? A bag or a backpack? A backpack, yeah. Something nice. This is when I'm 12 years old. I'm 80, 68 years ago. I took a paper bag from the grocery store.
Oh.
That's all we knew. I put in the pajamas, the toothbrush. I don't remember if I took toothpaste or not. And off I went to 1414 President Street. I walk in. It's not a nice story, by the way. Did any of you hear it ever?
I love the
No.
story.
You love the story? Thank you very much. Why do you love the story?
You say so well.
Oh. I walk in and the Rebbetzin says to me, "Du willst trinken Tee?" I'm 12 years old. When you were 12, did you ever drink tea? Not me. So I said, uh-huh. And she invited me into her kitchen and she gave me a glass of hot tea in a cup that didn't have a handle. And it was hot. And I'm 12 and I hate tea. And Leah said, "Behave yourself." I said, "That's what she meant." So I'm sitting there holding this. My hands are shaking and I'm so scared I'm going to spill something. Ladies, you'll be very proud of me. I finished the whole tea. I didn't spill anything. And I thought, okay, now I'm good. Now I'm good. The Rebbetzin takes me to the room that the lady stayed in, kisses my forehead, brings Negelwasser to my bed. To this day, I have Negelwasser by my bed every night. My husband brings it. Marry a guy who brings Negelwasser to the bed. What? Kisses me goodnight and walks out. That's what you think. I go into the room and I saw something so exciting. There was a desk like a makeup place. It had a mirror with 2 mirrors on the side. So I could see my back of my hair. I never saw the back of my hair. So I'm doing this. I'm so excited. Right here, there was a doily. You know what a doily is?
Yeah.
It's crocheted. It has holes in it. On it was a brush. On this doily was a comb. In the middle, there was another doily. And it had a little box in it. One second, I'm trying to make a point, but it's taking too long to make the point. There's a cardboard box sitting right here on the doily. Remember, my sister said, "Behave yourself," because she knew me. I pick up this little cardboard box. I need to know what's inside. You're a great audience. And I go like this. It doesn't open. So what did I do the next time? No, no. I yanked it. I pulled harder. Then I pulled harder. Then it opened. You know what was inside? Face powder.
Oh.
Where did it go? It isn't the Rebbetzins' room. It's the ladies' room. No, do yourself a favor. No, you could talk, but be there. If it comes out that I said that it's the Rebbetzins' powder, no, I'm not talking anymore. Are you with me?
You're mortified.
Mortified? That's the only word you can think of? I was, Morty, no, I was so scared, mortified, it was all over the place. And I went like this, and I looked in the mirror, and I had train tracks on my face, because I was totally covered with this thing. Do you remember the doilies that were crocheted? They didn't have holes anymore. I didn't know. I was crying, something awful. I didn't know what to do. You have to watch me for this. Just then, there's a knock at my door, and Rebbe Tzanchana walks in. Please watch my face. Very important. She took one look, and she went. Is that magnificent? Her first look was, Meryl, behave yourself, right? Her first look was, she saved my life. Why do I tell this story? My kids say, Mom, why do you tell that story? Because it shows that Ebbetson's humanity. She saw the problem and she immediately
Flexible. Listens to it.
tried to find it. You'll see, she found a solution. We only spoke Yiddish. I'll say it in Yiddish and then I'll translate. Ich will gehen bringen zwei Trappitschkes. A Trappitschke is Russian, but that's how we spoke Yiddish. I'll bring 2 schmattes. Wir wollen das ausreinigen. We will clean it up. And then she said the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world. Und wir wollen keinem nicht erzählen. And we're not going to tell anybody. I was scared of her son and my sister. I told my sister right away. I hope she didn't tell her son right away. What did the Rebbetzin do in that moment? What's the lesson in life? No? I'm not going further unless you figure it out, because if you don't figure it out, I'm wasting your time and mine.
To feel what the other person's feeling. More important.
No.
Find a solution to all your
What?
problems. Find a solution to all the problems.
Of course. There's a problem? Yeah. Every problem has a solution. Figure it out. Every problem has a solution. Figure it out. What would have happened if she would have remained, please watch me, with this face?
You would still be standing there with that.
What?
The 2 of you would still be standing there.
You know what? That would have been good. No, but it would totally make me into nothing. And like this, she took the doilies to the window and she shook them out. I don't know how much powder was left in that little box. But it showed me, everybody together, there is a solution. You have to find it. Did you mess up? Yeah. Did you mess up big? Yeah. Could you then knock yourself for the rest of your life? Yeah, you could. Sure you could.
I shouldn't, but you could.
Yeah. No, and we do.
We do.
And we do. And she said, okay, you messed up, kid. But there's a solution. 2 solutions. A wet schmatte, a dry schmatte. We cleaned it up. Then she took me by the hand, walked me over to the bed. I don't think she trusted me so much after that. Walked me over to the bed, waited till I got under the covers, kissed my forehead again, and said, und jetzt geh ich schlafen. What's the point? Again, what's the point? Tell me, you tell me. Not only the point that I said, what do you think is the point? What are you going?
Make big deals out of small things.
That's right. What are you going home with? If you're going home with, don't make such a big deal out of Narishkeit. What? Yes.
Yeah.
Her sensitivity was incredible. That she knew to say, we won't tell anyone. I remember her finger on her mouth. Of course, I told her immediately when I came home. I had to tell Leah.
I think it's also the coming back to the whole.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. For those of you weren't here, you didn't get a mention, so you won't understand. It's coming back to the whole. Excellent. Said very well. It's putting the person back together again so they can go further. Yeah? Because in life, there are a lot of boxes of powder. Are you with me? And there are a lot of moments of, I shouldn't have. You know what you did? Fix it, get over it, and go further. My father, Olav Shalom, Ovi Meiri, from Zalman Butman, was an incredible human being. When he was 3 years old and lived in a little town outside of Neville, he fell off a homemade swing and broke his knee. His father, there were no doctors and there was no ODA. His father took a towel, the great and mighty towel with rope, and he tied his knee. He straightened out, he thought he straightened out the leg and tied it with a towel and a rope. My father walked on canes his whole life because that knee never healed. There was nothing stopping him. In the year 1945, I was born then, at the end of the war. Do you know the story with Polish DP? So I'll tell you in short. Whoever was, we were in Kyrgyzia, Tashkent, Samarkand. Anybody heard those names? All of Lubavitch was there because Rebbe Nissen asked the Rebbe, and the Rebbe said to go towards the east because the Germans won't get there. At the end of the war, the Polish people said, if you're a Polish citizen, you can take Polish papers and go through and leave. Go through Russia, go through anywhere, but you have Polish papers. None of us were Polish. We didn't speak a word of Polish. 500 Lubavitchers became Polish. And when they asked the Chassidim, my father, one of them, how are we going to get away with this? We don't speak Polish. Think of what his answer is. I'm not going to tell you. First, you think. What?
They're gonna pretend they're mute.
I don't hear Ziskite.
Mute.
No. How can 500 people be mute? And all Lubavitchers being mute, that doesn't even work together. Think, it was brilliant. Think of what the excuse was why we don't speak Polish.
We only speak Yiddish.
Because we only speak Yiddish. Was that brilliant or was that brilliant? And that's how we came out.
Oh.
And one of the people that came out with us from a city not far from where I was born, I'll tell you the name of the city and you tell me who it was, if you know. Almata. Rebbe Tzanchana. She was one of the people that came out with us. And we went to Paris, through Czechoslovakia, through a lot of things. So a Rebbe Tzanchana story. It was incredible. Where did we go from Lemberg, where we crossed the border? Where did we go? The United States government it was after the war, so they had these big, how do I explain? Barracks, army barracks in Austria and in Germany. And all of us were taken to those places until we had papers to go wherever we were supposed to go. Rebbe Tzanchana came to a barracks in the middle of a field in a place called Poking, P-O-K-I-N-G. Rebbe Tzanchana was alone. Come with me. When did the Rebbe Leivik pass away?
1944.
What's the date? Chaf Av 44. This is Erev Yontif 45. She came a year later. She came herself. And I'm really so sorry that neither Sarah Katzman Noriva Teleshevsky could be here to tell you because they were there. I wasn't, I was 2 years old. She came alone. Nobody, finish my sentence, knew her. It's not like today.
Oh my God.
We had a wedding last night. Every one of my relatives in Eretz Yisrael were at the chuppah. And then Chassan Kala came to my sister, who lives next door to 770. The whole family was there. Everybody was on the phone. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Nobody knew what she looked like. She was a woman alone. And she came. It's so sad because that generation is gone. And there was a woman, Mrs. Nyamotin, her name was. She was the cook by the Bachrim. She was alone. And she said to this woman, she didn't know who she was, but she said, hello, I'm Musia Nyamotin. And she said, "Unir bin Chana Schneerson." See, when you hear Chana Schneerson, you know what we're talking about. She didn't, but Schneerson sounded familiar, no? They were given not rooms. It was a big barracks with,
Partitions?
if you want to call it that, blankets, blanket partitions, and families stayed there. And Musia Nyamotin said to her, come with me, we're both alone. And they went with another family, and Musia understood who she was, so she gave her her mattress. Could you imagine that? And Rebbe Sachana slept on the mattress, on the floor. But she had a malchus. They came to Paris, France. This isn't even written here because I wasn't even going to say all that. They came to Paris, France. Please don't. Please don't. They came to Paris, France, where we were. And because my mother is Reb Leivik's first cousin, they came to us. We had just gotten there. I want you to please listen very carefully. Ladies, this is 1947. Where is the Rebbe? How long ago did he come?
6 years? 41, no?
Was it 41?
Hope Kasiba.
Who was Rebbe?
Forever.
Our Rebbe wasn't Rebbe yet. He came to Paris to see his mother and to make her papers to go to the United States. How many years didn't he see her? Look at your history.
Since 28, 29, no? 20 years?
Didn't see her 49 years?
No, not 9 years.
Think, when did the Rebbe leave home?
Oh, before.
What?
Before.
Before his wedding. Excellent. What year is that?
28 and
So how many years? In 1947, how many years was it?
almost 20 years.
It was 20 years.
Oh, wow.
He didn't see her for 20 years. Could you imagine not seeing your mother and the mother not seeing her son for 20 years? The Rebbe came by plane. They went home by boat. He came by plane. We got a telegram that he's coming at 7 in the evening. He came in the afternoon. Two people, maybe some of you are related to them. They're both gone. Reb Yosef Slavin and Reb Grinya Slavin were in front of the house, and a taxi stopped. My great-grandchildren that are a year old, do they know what the Rebbe looks like? Sure they do. Where is the Rebbe's picture? In their crib, under their pillow. So they don't know that this is Rebbe, but when they look at that picture, right, they know something. Nobody knew what the Rebbe looked like. Remember, this is 47.
But they only saw pictures of the pretty grandma.
What?
They only used pictures.
No, we didn't even have that. No, there was no such thing. That wasn't the way it was. Grinja and Joseph Slavin are in front of our house. Disque Dieu, Place de la République. And a taxi stops. A very, 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 tell me the next word.
Well dressed.
What?
Well dressed. Well dressed.
Okay,
Distinguished.
okay, distinguished, impeccably dressed gentleman comes out of the taxi. He's supposed to come at 7 in the evening. This is 2 in the afternoon. They realized who this is. They walked over to him and they said, "Ihr seid der Ramash." What is Ramash? There was Rashag and Ramash. And the Rebbe smiled and said, "You know that smile, the little smile? Not that smile, this one." And the Rebbe said, "Which means what?" "I guess so." What's the first thing he asked? "Wo die Mama?" Now let me tell you where she was. She didn't see her son for how many years? She woke up very nervous that morning. She was a wreck. My aunt, Sarah Schneerson, said to her, "Ladies, it's so funny, because it's the same as today. If you're very upset about something and you need to switch your mind, what would make you a little better?" What? What did you? Yes. Yes. You know the story?
No, but I can guess where this is going.
Yeah, that's where it's going. So my aunt said to her, "You need a new schlappe, a new hat." She always wore a hat on top of her shaitel. Her hat, she hadn't changed her hat since she left Yekaterinoslav. Yeah. So they went shopping downtown Paris for a hat. The Rebbe came and he asked, "Wo die Mama?" And he was told that she went to buy a hat. He didn't go into the house. He waited. I was 2 years old. I wasn't there. I can only tell you what I heard. He saw her coming down the block. He went towards her. Imagine the electricity. Imagine the electricity. They hadn't seen each other 20 years. They stood, both of them, crying and shaking. The Rebbe's, how do I say Übergegebenkeit in English?
Given over.
What?
There's no English word.
Devotion. No?
Devotion, yeah. Devotion. But Übergegebenkeit is much more, because Übergegebenkeit means you have no ich anymore. You totally,
Given over.
your ich,
Bottle.
yeah. Rebbe Tzachana stayed in our house. The Rebbe stayed in a hotel, Henri Lucette, Henry the Seventh. It just doesn't sound right, Henry the Seventh. Henri Lucette sounds better, I think. Near the Opera. The Rebbe came to see her twice a day. And I don't hear you. No, no, no. Let me answer that the way I think, not that I know. I know nothing. in those days, you didn't get up on a plane and go anywhere. You only went if you had to. And number two, he was coming for his mother. So I could go on and on and on that if his wife would come, he'd have to be divided. Yeah, I can do that. But that's not the point. He came for his mother. It's not like today, somebody says, you're leaving me for your mother?
No.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He came for his
Mother
mother.
and son, yeah.
I can go on and on about this, but I'd like to talk about other things too. So I'm going to tell you one story, which to me is very important, because my father is involved. They would go to all the offices in Paris that you have to go to make the papers. One time, my father went with the Rebbe on the train in Paris to go to a certain office. And when they came to the train, these are little stories with big concepts. When he came to the train, my father paid for his ticket and wanted to pay for the Rebbe's ticket. The Rebbe looked at him and said, Reb Zalman, you don't have a Chotshi Chofshi. Is there anything like that in America? You pay for 10 and you get 12? Is there anything here like that? I don't know. I don't take trains, so I don't know. What?
Yeah, there's like a baker's dozen. A baker's dozen.
A baker's dozen? You pay for 10 and you get 12?
You pay for 12 and you get 14.
Okay. So when the Rebbe came to the train and my father was paying with money, the Rebbe looked at him and he said, Reb Zalman, you don't have a baker's dozen? Or whatever it was called. The Tata said, no. Listen to what the Rebbe answered him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu chosa al momenum shel Yisrael, which means that God tries to save Jewish money. And he said to him, Ich hab zwei. Wenn einer endigt sagt, hab ich noch eine. I have two of those. Why are you not spending? Give me a word.
Wasting.
Why are you wasting 2 tickets when you can get it for free? What does that show about him? Ladies, if you're not with me, I'm not interested. Except for smart. Smart, we know. Yeah. Except for smart. What?
Like he was saving or something?
That he was what?
Saving, I don't know. Like,
No. Saving, nah.
His attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
Oh,
Attention to detail. That Rebbe could afford the other 2 tickets, yeah? Or can't, that's not the point. The attention to detail. To be a mensch, you have to pay attention. You have to dot your I's and cross your T's. Are you with me?
Yeah.
That's who the Rebbe is. Yeah? Exact. Not to give in to, watch my shoulders, please.
No.
What is this?
I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah, what are making, yeah, whatever. What makes such a big deal?
Yeah. That's fine.
Is it something I said because people keep leaving?
no.
Oh, I didn't even.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
The Rebbe, on every little thing, he was exact. He never walked into a Farbrengen at 140, 135, 129, 128. He walked in at 130. So when somebody says Lubavitch time, I get so angry. What do you mean Lubavitch time? The Rebbe was exact. There was no such thing as Lubavitch time. The Rebbe was exact. And when my kids say something, I say to them, if you're going to be a chassid the way you're supposed to be a chassid. The Rebbe was exact. You could set your clock. Okay. So a few things that I'm going to. Rosh Hashanah by the Rebbe. I have the schos to run an incredible camp. And we go to a place in Eretz Yisrael that a lot of people don't go to, but I'm a historian, and I know much more than surface. And so I insist on taking camp to a place called Shiloh. Do you know what Shiloh is?
Oh, where the Mishkan was.
Very good. For how long?
369 years.
Very good. Very good. Excellent.
I was also valedictorian all my life.
369 years the Mishkan was in Shiloh. But what is the concept of the Mishkan in Shiloh?
Temporary, yeah?
What?
There was a temporary place?
Yeah,
It didn't
before
have
the
a-
Beit
It
HaMikdash.
didn't have a
First, it was in Gilgal,
Gilgal.
then it went to Nov, then it went to Givon, then it went to Shiloh for 369 years. Who was the woman in Shiloh that we talk about?
Chana.
Excellent. When do we talk about her?
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah and Shul. What was Hannah's problem?
Didn't have children.
She didn't have children. She came to Shiloh. What was the name of the Kohen Gadol?
Eli.
Let other people answer
Oh,
also.
sorry,
No,
sorry.
you're great, but you obviously know everything. I want other people to be here. Eli again. She came to Eli and she cried. Eli thought she was drunk because he had never seen anybody, we didn't daven like that. And then Hannah said, who was born? Who was her son? Shmuel. One of my students wanted to know if it was Shmuel Aleph or Shmuel Beis. And I'm just going to tell you a small little thing that happened, modern now. My son-in-law, Rabbi Telsner, runs camp with me. And he went for Chof Of to Almata. This was Chof Beis Of, 2 days after Reb Leivik's yahrzeit. And he came back to the airport and he calls me and he says, what should I do? I said, take a taxi, come to Shiloh. Why was it so important? I want to know if you're really with me on this. I need you to think. It cost me $275 to have him come from the airport to Shiloh. Why was it so important for me that he come from the airport to Shiloh and be there ASAP? Think.
Rebbe Chana.
Go further.
The actual, the Chana of the Shmuel's mother.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Or be like the,
Go ahead.
Like near Chava.
What?
Surprise for a child?
the
Is
time
it
for
also
the child. that
He
she-
came back from
So it
Almata,
has to do with like Rebbe
from where Reb Leivik was, and Rebbe Chana, and he remembered one thing. Shiras Chana is said when?
Oh.
Rosh Hashanah. We never heard Shiras Chana in our life. Never. Who said the Haftarah of Rosh Hashanah?
The Rebbe.
How come we never heard it?
Said it very low.
Was it the
What?
Shmuel's mother?
What?
He was crying.
The Rebbe didn't stop crying.
Yeah.
The Rebbe didn't stop crying.
Wow.
By the words, Elanar hazeh hispalolti, I prayed for this child. The only thing you heard was, we never heard the Haftarah. In all the years that we stood in 770, we never heard the Haftarah. We saw a talus covering his face, and we saw heaving shoulders, and we heard unbelievable tears. We never saw it. It was worth the taxi. And Rabbi T, as we call him in camp, came, stood in the very same place where Hannah, the mother of Shmuel, stood and said those words and told us that he just came back from the kever of Reb Leivik. I didn't stop crying. That's who we are. That's what we come from. That's our strength. That's our legacy. This Rosh Hashanah, no matter where we are, when you hear the words Alanar Azeis Palolti, remember that we never heard them. Because it was so on a different level. Totally on a different level. Tkiyas.
What is this special about these weeks?
Rebbetzin, Hannah said, I prayed for this child, yeah? And the Rebbe is speaking about a woman whose name is Hannah, who prayed for this child. That's all. You could think that it's not, you understand? It's a very emotional thing. It can't be explained in words. Yeah. Tkiyas. The first year after Gimel Tammuz, when they started to say the psukim that the Rebbe said, everybody started. Minametzar korosiko ononi bamerchavko. The minute the chazan started saying it, the entire shul said it out loud because none of us could hear it from anybody else. And it's so funny. As soon as the chazan said it, I started to say it out loud. I thought I was the only one, and then all of a sudden I realized the whole 770 is saying it. And now that's how it's said. Everybody says it together because we can't stand hearing it from somebody else. Tkiyas without the Rebbe. Can I tell you a terrible story, which is really not nice? Yeah? My seat is in the front. Second row.
Which song?
Doesn't matter, really. I'm standing in my place, and a girl comes down from the fifth, sixth row in the back by Tkiyas. And she comes, my shaitel goes flying, almost, I grabbed it. And she says to me, אני מוכרחה להיות כאן, I must be here. כי משם אני לא רואה את הרבי. From there, she doesn't see the Rebbe. What do you think I said? With my shaitel half off. ומכאן את רואה? And from here? She said, כן, מכאן אני רואה. Tell me how I felt in that minute. What do you think? I was jealous of her because I couldn't stop crying because I didn't see the Rebbe. I knew where he was supposed to be standing. I knew what he was supposed to be doing. He wasn't there. And she saw something. Is that a madrege?
Yeah, wow.
I think so. Also a little crazy, but it's a madrege. Especially when my shaitel was almost on the floor.
Also, Madriga, how you reacted to her.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have handled it differently.
I was in the middle of crying, so I was in a different place. Maybe another time I would have reacted differently. My kids all quote that. Misham ani lo roa et Rabbi. On Gimel Tammuz, on the Gimel Tammuz. I told my husband to call me to tell me what's doing at the wedding, and I closed my phone. He didn't call me. On Gimel Tammuz, Ola Shvei, the wife of the Rosh Hashiva in Montreal, stood by the walls in 770 and hugged them and said, Vent, vent, walls, walls, wer wird euch jetzt stupen? Who's going to push you? It's so wonderful that that girl, not only did she push the walls, she also pushed me and my shaitel, but that they come to be here. Not always so happy, yeah? But it's incredible. It's incredible that we are still what we always were and what we will soon be again. I'm going to share 2 more things with you. Yes, you're wrong.
No Nikodim by the Rebbe, like all the say the Nikodim before. No,
I don't remember.
And the second question is the shofar that's now. Is it the one the Rebbe used to blow, or it's different?
What?
The shofars that they have now.
I don't know.
So special.
I'm going to share 2 things. Actually, one, which I'm going to tie in. There's a woman in Crown Heights. Does this have a time frame? Does it go from 8 to 9? Is that what it is? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, I'm going to take another 10, 15 minutes. There's a woman in Crown Heights. She's an African American. Her name is Faye. Do you know Faye?
Yeah, she worked at Rebbe.
Yeah. Faye was the woman in the Rebbe's house. Mazel tov to you again. So zayin b'shatei u'mutzlachas. Faye and I are very good friends. I talk to her almost every Erev Shabbos. I'll tell you what one of the, if I put together all of the hours that I spent with the Rebbetzin in minutes, not in hours, a half an hour here when I was in the house, 20 minutes there, like in all my life together, maybe it comes to 10 hours in my entire life. Faye spent 10 hours a day with the Rebbetzin. So I just, every time she comes, so I'm going to tell you a few things Faye said. Faye said, the first day she worked there, in walked the rabbi. I looked at him and I said, I know this man. His picture is everywhere. So Faye said, I said to him, Rabbi, are you the man whose picture is everywhere? And the Rebbe just smiled and didn't say anything. Rebbe Tzimosya said to her, Chaimushka Mosya, my husband wants to see you. She said, Miryam, so help me God. I thought this is the end of my job. The man is going to fire me. She walked into the kitchen and he said, never be afraid to ask questions. And then he said, you're very observant. He never told me if it was him. Are you the man whose picture is everywhere? When Rebbetzin Musya, you call her Chaimushka, we called her Musya. That's her Russian name, and that's how we knew her. When Rebbetzin Musya broke her hip. You know, you can't do anything with the hip. What? Which story did you hear?
No, I heard like a couple of times she broke in the
Yeah.
stuff and stuff.
When she broke her hip. You can't put a cast on a hip. So she was in terrible pain. And Faye was the one that slept with her in the room because she needed help in the middle of the night. She couldn't turn over. One night, Rebbe Samosia had a terrible night, a lot of pain, a lot of pain. The Rebbe was coming home. They heard his footsteps. Rebbe Samosia turned to Faye and said, she shouldn't tell the Rebbe that, are you with me?
Yeah.
We, mere Siddim, we bothered the Rebbe with every little thing that hurt us. When I was having my son Yossi, he decided to take 23 hours to be born. It was at 2 a.m, and the doctor told me, I'm telling this for a reason, and the doctor said, we have to have a cesarean, we have to have an operation. I didn't know this doctor. They said, what?
Rebbe came home.
Yeah, the Rebbe came home, thank you. And Rebbe Samosia said, after the Rebbe walked in, knocked on the door, walked in, and he said, Faye, how was my wife's night? So Faye says, I looked at him and I said, just fine, Rabbi, just fine. We, Yossi. Are you with me? Yossi, a baby. I called the Rebbe about, not me, Leah, in the middle of the night. His wife said, Esther Sternberg, did she ever speak for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Esther says that it was 1 year, I was about to say it was Chav Beis Shvat, it couldn't have been, the Rebbetzin didn't, Yud Shvat, the Rebbetzin didn't feel good. It was the Yud Shvat before Chav Beis Shvat. The Rebbetzin didn't feel good, and she said to Esther, please don't tell my husband, because then all the Chassidim that are here from Israel, he's going to come home, they're not going to have Yechidus. Are you with me?
The
Okay,
Rebbe didn't need the Rebbe to tell her.
that's not the point.
No, it's her.
Let's deal with what is.
Every night.
You know what? I don't know if everything I don't know.
The Rebbe is great.
I don't know. She was there a lot.
She was kind of like.
She was hired? No, she wasn't a nurse. She says she's a nurse. She was hired as a person in the house. She cleaned, and she was very good.
They didn't find the yid to do it. Like they never found the yid to do it, or they didn't want a yid.
They never find what?
A yid.
A yid,
I have a question.
I think it's easier to be a non-yid, because with the yid, you have to be very careful. For instance, if a yid, I know of, once there was a Jewish woman in my house cleaning, a Russian Jewish woman. Clean very good. And I couldn't ask her to do it again. You understand?
Yeah.
It's very hard with the yid, very, very hard. I remember I gave her extra this and extra this. I was badining her rather than she badining me, yeah? Because the whole time I kept thinking I should ask her, she should move this, she should move this. It's much easier with a guy. And Shabbos Yom Tov for sure, it's much easier with a guy. Yeah, whenever she was needed, of course. Now, let me go on to this. I don't know which story to tell at the end because two of them are, no, I'll tell this and then. And I'm sorry the Kala left because this is needed for every woman, especially a Kala. No, leave it. Listen well. Faye says, before the rabbi would come home, we would get a phone call from the office. And they would say, the rabbi's on his way. And as soon as Mrs. Schneerson, that's what you called her, would hear that the rabbi's on his way, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, what do you think she did? What? Say.
She waited for him.
They put a shade on makeup. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Went into the ladies' room, fixed her tichel, put on the lipstick, whatever she wore, I don't know. She was beautiful, by the way. 4'10", 4'11", not much taller. There's so many stories, but my time is up. And Faye said, Mrs. Schneerson would go in and fix her face. In the words of Faye, because her man was coming home. Yeah, but that's what it was. And Faye said, I would watch him come up the steps. And so help me, he had the weight of the world on his back. His back was bent like this, and he would have to hoist himself up the steps. Are you with me? Hoist himself up the steps. But then he came in and he opened the door. And Mrs. Schneerson was standing a few feet in. And she smiled. And he walked in. And their eyes locked. And so help me, Miryam, I saw the weight of the world fall off his back. So to all of us, and I wish you would have stayed to hear this because it's so important. To all of us, those that will be married in Mirz Hashem soon, and those that are, we're not married to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, but we're married, and you're going to be married to men that will have their world on their back, whatever their world is. Even if it's a world that's this big, to them it's not this big. To them it's
Yeah.
the only one that can take the weight of the world off his back is his wife. And that's what she taught us. My last story. I was 9 years old when I came to the United States. I was 2 years old when the Rebbe was in our house in Paris. 7 years after the Rebbe went back with the Rebbe to the United States, we came to America. It took 5 months to get a Yechidus. Even then, we went in the same night we came. It helps when your mother is a first cousin. We walked into the room. Ladies, be with me. The Rebbe looked at us and he said, Kinder, ihr gedenkt mir? Do you remember me? It was 7 years later. He asked me if I still sing. I was 2. I used to sing instead of es nesach. I was 2 years old. I sang ami ami pi 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 tolki gangi nai nai nai. And as my brothers tell me and my sister, that he asked me to sing it again and again and again. And he asked me, du singst noch? I will sing forever. And then he said, again, Kinder, ihr gedenkt mir? Do you remember me? And then he said the most gorgeous words. Ich gedenk euch gut. I remember you well. Any minute, the Rebbe will be back. And he's going to say to all of us, Kinder, ihr gedenkt mir? What are you going to answer if the Rebbe asks you? What are you going to tell him? No?
Of course.
Of course. So he's going to say, how old are you, Ziskait? I'm gone 31 years. How do you remember me? Go ahead, answer. Everything, say it. Yeah, we live you. We live you. We do your mitzvahim. We learn your Teiras. We Lubavitcher Chassidim. You're part of our life. Are you with me? And that's going to happen at any second. At any second. May it be immediately now. Now I'm going to ask 3 people to tell me what they gained of tonight's Farbrengen. Nothing, huh?
No, so many.
Come on, 3 people.
How to be a good wife.
What'd you say, Siskite?
How to be a good wife.
Okay. Okay. And by the way, she waited all day. She waited all day. And she wasn't an empty woman. She was a brilliant woman. I remember when she used to sit with my sister, they talked about what they talked about in Russian, but it was deep conversations. There isn't anything she didn't read from the classics. She was a brilliant, brilliant woman. She waited all day for those 15 minutes. What else? Yes.
I think I learned something from both.
Ziskite, I'm 80, my ears don't work so well, loud.
From both sides of the interaction with Faye and the Rebbe.
Yeah,
One from Faye is to never stop asking questions, even if they might seem obvious.
excellent, excellent.
And then also from the Rebbe is to respond to every question, even if they're simple questions, with
Yeah.
patience and respect.
That's right. Excellent. Excellent. Very well said. Our next guest speaker. Very well said.
And for praying for your girls this summer in Swerdlov.
You did?
Yeah,
Where was I?
I don't know, it was late. I was friends with Itzy Barber.
Oh, okay. I remember when you came. I wasn't. I must have gone to sleep. I don't show up to Farbrengens. Ask me why.
Why?
Why?
Because if they want to say something, they're not going to say it in front of me.
Oh,
Also, I want to go to sleep. It's funny that you call it in Swerdlovs. I am Swerdlov.
What do you call the cat?
YTT.
I didn't know how another
A girl came for an interview and she said, "Are you Swerdlov from Swerdlovs?" I said, "I guess so." But yeah, that's right. Are you Chitrik from Chitriks? I wish I was the size of, no, I don't. I'm perfectly happy with one bus. I can't do more. I did more one year and it wasn't too much, too much. Oh, so you were there. Nice. Okay, one more person. I said 3 people, one more person. Come on, guys, I have a wedding.
Maybe like the greatness of the Rebbe's town, like the Rebbe's, and also the sensitivity from the powder to
Yeah.
when the Rebbe came home.
That's right.
to,
That's
like,
right.
The little things are big things.
It's the little things.
Yes, that are the big things.
Ladies, it's the little things.
Greatness is seen in small things.
Yeah, everything is in details. It's all in the details.
Sorry, then we.
Yeah, you want to,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'd love to hear something else.
When somebody spills your makeup, smile.
What?
When somebody spills your makeup, smile.
That's right. When somebody does something wrong, give them the strength. Give them the strength to grow from it. Because forgive me, I'm going to scream. Because putting them down is not going to make any good anywhere. Give them the strength. Somewhere in Brooklyn, I have a husband who's trying to get through to me. What? I don't hear.
I did. I like that. I get to like learn a little more about Rebbe and my doctor has.
Oh, nice. Yes, nice. Everybody, thank you very much. To whom?
We can take
I don't hear.
Common thing? Chicago?
Thomas, I'm from Chicago, no.
No?
But I am related to a Collinson here. My grandson married a Collinson.
Oh,
Oh, Collinson, Chicago, yes. That's my cousin.
my classmate, Sarah Robinson.
Oh, yes, of course.
Right.
I didn't realize her name is Collinson. Yeah, yeah.
Mrs. Swerdlov, is it okay if we take a picture with you?
Okay, sure. I just have to see if the husband called and
Oh, no, we're.
Thank you for sharing all those beautiful.
you're welcome.
You want to just turn around for 1 second? Let me take a picture this way.
Oh, where do you
Is
want?
that okay?
Oh, I didn't understand. Where should I go? What should I do?
Yeah.
So tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Either direction. Is this okay?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
that's good.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so he hasn't called me.
Thank you very much.